Prepare for a customer reviews masterclass.
You're listening to the Keep Optimizing podcast to increase your traffic, improve your conversion rates, and grow your profits.
Hello and welcome. I'm Chloe Thomas, the host of this Marketing Focus podcast. If you are not familiar with our format, each month we focus on a different marketing method, and each week I interview a different marketing expert to explore the latest advice on making that marketing method work for you. This month is all about content marketing, and you can't talk content without talking about UGC. That's user-generated content, at the heart of which lie the reviews you get from your customers. In this episode, we are giving you a masterclass in customer reviews, how you get them, the best ways, the best formats, the best incentives. We are then going to talk about how you use them to the greatest effect across different marketing channels and more. We're going to meet today's guest in a moment, but before we do, please do check out our sponsors. Klaviyo have a new special recipe to help you build brand loyalty. It involves ownership of your data and creates your future growth. Whether you're growing a startup or optimizing your company, Klaviyo gives you the tools you need to own and access the quality data you've sourced from your customers, the customer first data. Then Klaviyo helps you manage that data to create the campaigns that build real brand loyalty. Doesn't that sound like a gift worth owning? Learn more at klaviyo.com/holidays. Today, I'm chatting with content marketing expert Tomasz Sadowski. Tomasz is CEO at Opinew, a Shopify review app, recently a Shopify Staff Pick, in fact. Tomasz founded Opinew 6 years ago to make it easier to both collect reviews and use them to improve conversion rates and create more customer-focused marketing. Hello, Tomasz.
Hi, Chloe. Thanks very much for having me. I appreciate the invite. I'm happy to be here with you and chatting.
It's great to have you here. I'm a big fan of what reviews and user-generated content can do for people. And I still believe, even though it's a lot better than it was 12 months ago, that there is not enough UGC splattered across everyone's marketing. So hopefully we'll convince a few more people to start using it today and give them some ideas on how to use it. But before we get into that, what led you into the world of content marketing and led you to found Opinew?
Purely, it was an accident. It was a project that we started, that I started working on at university. I always liked reviews, and it seemed like as good as anything. And I can't say that I had a huge passion for reviews. I was one of those people that would check them 100% of the time before buying. And it seemed like an interesting problem to work on as a computer science student at university. So that's what I've done. Because obviously, you have text and data, and you can do some cool calculations on top of that. And that eventually ended up by working on some artificial intelligence research and doing some predictive analysis of how what makes a useful review, what makes a review useful to read and to kind of present to a potential client. Which was me, I wanted to find the magic formula behind, what useful and helpful reviews are. So that's how it started, and eventually, it turned into a student startup. We thought that, hey, where can we implement this kind of thing? And Shopify was an obvious candidate because it was just the easiest one to integrate with, and kind of went from there.
I always think the Shopify ecosystem, as it were, has made it possible to get new ideas and new ways of doing existing things out very quickly to a large group of merchants who are ready to experiment and looking for something new to try out to get that bit of competitive advantage. So it's kind of an amazing platform if you have created that student startup and you're like, where do we start?
Yep. Yeah. Look, there are a number of platforms. You've got Magento, but they suffer from, it's just, you can't build a good ecosystem around it because you can, but it's the barrier to entry is a lot higher. On WooCommerce, you've got lots of people who don't want to spend money. So I always compare Shopify to the others as sort of being an iPhone of e-commerce platforms. You release something there, and you've got a lot of people who are actually willing to pay you money for the hard work that you have done.
Yeah, it works on many different angles, but we're not here to talk about what the Shopify ecosystem is, as interesting a topic as it is. We're here to talk about reviews, because reviews are a huge and important part of user-generated content, UGC, which is everyone listening knows they should be using more of in their marketing. So you obviously have access to a whole load of data on what's happening in reviews right now, kind of the cutting edge stuff. So let's start off by getting into collection of reviews. What format of reviews should we be gathering at the moment? Should we be going after video reviews, image reviews, written reviews? Are any of those defunct? Is there something else we should be capturing? What's the format we should be going after at the moment?
So these days, we have a huge shift into video. So I would encourage everybody, video is king. A few years ago, everybody said, oh yes, collect photo reviews. And that's what everybody started doing. I mean, you had companies like Yotpo for many years. I think back in 2016, they didn't even have photo reviews. Where we kind of had opinion. We thought, okay, just look at what's happening at Facebook, look at what's happening with Instagram, and the review industry was kind of a little bit behind the curve at that time, but we knew it's going to come. We knew it's going to happen. Right now, you have every single review app offering photo reviews as default.
So do you think that the video reviews are going to be the new default in a couple of years' time? Is now the time to be
100%. So you just look, you just need to look at what's happening in social media. So back in the day, you had Facebook and Instagram with a little bit of video, whereas now you have, half of social media is TikTok and Instagram stories, and, Facebook is integrating those daily stories into their messenger. So the most engaging medium is video, and that's what you want to go for. And of course, you should still not discard the other ones. So photo is still very important. Text is important because you can show the video, but obviously you need to be engaged and actually listen to it. You can't skim through the video as easily as through text. So that is important. But in terms of text, I think the trend is to make it easier for people to consume that textual data. So I think there's going to be a range of improvements coming soon into what kind of text reviews we are presenting to people. So to make it easier for them to make that decision, because at the end of the day, reviews are there to help the buyer make a better decision quicker. So whatever you can use to help in that process, that's what's going to be optimized. That's what's going to be improved. So obviously, good quality photos, videos, and good quality text. That's where we should be, and we will be going towards.
Got it. So I'm going to explore the text bit in a second, but so we're saying that we want to be capturing all three: text and image and video, but probably the one we want to put more effort into collecting at the moment is video.
Yes.
Because it has the most impact. It's clearly where consumers' consumption desires are going, and
it catches the attention.
Yeah, and there's something which I suspect we may well end up come back to again later in our conversation, and as listeners will know across many of our different things, every single marketing channel seems to want customer video reviews to be used across our ads, across our email, across our everything. So,
correct.
So then you said about the written reviews are likely to take a bit of a format change. Is that because I've seen a couple of sites now which are asking more kind of multi-choice questions in the text review space, and they're asking kind of multiple snippety questions, so like, how was the delivery? How was the packaging? So it's kind of segmented.
Correct.
Which I assumed was as much to do with increasing the conversion rate of submission of review as it was useful data out the back end. So is that the direction you mean?
That's part of it. So this is those are two separate tracks of improving the text content. So the first one is what you mentioned. So summarizing the review to make it easier to both write as well as consume. And because you have that very well structured textual data, you can then aggregate it and, for example, put the aggregate in the review summary on the review widget on your product page, where you can say 90% of people found the shoes to be fitting well, or 60%, or most of the people are rating this particular feature of the product 4.8 stars, but another feature 3.5 stars. And that allows people who care about one feature or another to kind of discriminate and try to make their decision. As I said, help your customers make a better decision quicker, and that is going towards that is going with that theme. But obviously, you don't always want to just look at the summary. It's like with the book, you might want to read the summary, but you also want to read the whole text.
Yeah. It's giving the consumer those different bits of data they want to be able to make a decision. Now, we've kind of touched on how we get reviews and improving the conversion rate of please give us a review to actual review given. So is that something which we should be incentivizing customers to do, or should we just make it as easy as possible for them to leave us a review?
Both. We should make it as easy as possible, and we should incentivize. At Opinew, we have a feature where you literally say, hey, we're going to give you a 5% coupon for leaving a review. And this incentivization is extremely, extremely important because by default, you're getting very few reviews. If you ask 100 people to leave you a review with no incentive, 2 to 4 people will leave your review. So the conversion rate on actually getting those vital, very important review, that social proof to your store, is extremely small. And you need to try to use every possible technique that you can to bring more of those reviews through the door. And when you, for example, offer somebody a coupon, that rate doubles. So suddenly you get twice as many reviews per month compared, to the default, and that comes from our data. If you offer a coupon of between 5 and 15%, and there's not much difference between, how valuable the coupon is, just that you're offering something in return, that changes the situation completely. Like I said, twice as many. So from about 4%, you go up to 8% easily.
So 100%, we need to be offering a coupon, even if it's just a 5% off.
Yes.
That's what we need to be doing to get this reviews. And which channels, communications channels, are doing well for collecting reviews? Is it putting a flyer in a parcel? Is it email? Is it SMS? Is it push? What's the good route for sending out that incentive?
If you want to dig deep, it's whatever is not abused at the moment. So whichever route is not abused. These days, with all of the improvements in email marketing, you have the likes of Omnisend and Klaviyo. Companies are getting so good at email marketing, and they add, more and more of those campaigns that people's inboxes are, just bombarded. I mean, there was a reason why Google introduced and other email clients introduced the promotions folder. That used to be the case. It's just, people are getting lots of emails. So emails are okay. These days it's SMS, surprisingly. I think that the next big thing is going to be WhatsApp, and that's what we are working on internally.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you need to think, okay, what is the channel where if you get a message to that channel, you're actually going to pick up your phone and check it. These days, that's texts, that's WhatsApp. In terms of those printed flyers that we can put, they are okay, but they can be used mostly to remind somebody to leave a review, but they will not lead to a lot of to a good conversion, just because it's an extra step that is away from your device, from your phone. You need to get your phone, you need to either type in the link, scan the QR code, but they are great at actually, if you have, let's say, a reminder email set up, it's likely that this small leaflet was kind of, lying around in the room, and it kept reminding that person, like, hey, leave a review, get 5% off. And then you send that second reminder email, and then suddenly you reduced the complexity and the barrier to leave that review. And it's like, okay, that company.
Yeah, it feels more like a reminder than the first time they hear about it. I like that.
Correct.
So what we're saying is, all of you out there listening, if SMS is on your to-do list for 2022, the first bit of SMS to go and implement is your review capture. Because right now, if you do that quick, you're going to get all those reviews from the people who bought your products in the lead up to Christmas. So now is a really good time to improve review capture. Okay, so we've done comms channels, we've done incentives, we've done what sort of reviews. I guess the other part, which I think is okay, but you would know more about this than I would, is it acceptable to use reviews we've had on our products from other platforms? So for people who are selling on a marketplace as well as via their own website, so maybe they're selling on Amazon, eBay, AliExpress or something, is it okay to go and grab those reviews and use them on our website, or even someone shouting about us on social media?
So the quick answer is Amazon, AliExpress, eBay, they don't really care about this. There is no particular laws, because you can say, okay, those are my reviews on my products. eBay or Amazon can say, okay, but they're left on our platform. But in reality, we've had thousands of merchants pulling the reviews from Amazon and synchronizing them to Shopify.
Well, and presumably there's a benefit to going on Amazon. This product's reviewed 4.9 out of 5, or on Amazon this is the Amazon choice, or we've had 1,000 reviews of this product on Amazon. Using the word Amazon or eBay, etc., it can only help.
Correct, because it shows that you're selling on other platforms and it's successful. The more reviews that you have, the better it is. Imagine if you're a direct-to-consumer brand and you've been selling on Amazon or eBay for decades sometimes. We have clients who've been on eBay since 2005, 2006, and they have reviews since then. And now they are trying to kind of be more independent, and because they're not very happy sharing their revenue, up to 30-40% of revenue with eBay and Amazon. So they open a Shopify store, and there's a problem. You can run your advertisements as much as you want, but if you are directing people to a shop that has no reviews, no social proof, good luck selling.
Yeah.
So it's really dramatic, the change in conversions that you get when you put those reviews. And most importantly, it's not only conversions, it's also product returns, which people don't realize, because as I said before, you help your customers make better decision quicker, and this is the better part. Better decision. So what is the point of selling a product if it's going to be returned? You're not making money then, right?
Yeah, you're losing money at that point.
Yes, yeah. Because you need to cover the return costs, the postage costs. Potentially, the product might be damaged, so you're losing here big time. So if you can prevent those overly eager people buying products that they will actually not use from buying, then that's a plus as well. on, it might seem that, oh, I'm making a few more sales, but yeah, you're actually getting a few less returns as well.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, because I always think that's one of the really critical impacts of reviews is they give customers the information you haven't managed to slot into your official text about the product and into your official photos about the product of, this washes well, the sizing came up funny, it looks great with XYZ. And this is when we see those crazy stats of negative reviews help improve conversion as well, because maybe the thing that the person hates is actually the thing you want it for. So we are covering good stuff here, Tomasz. The next thing I suppose we should flip onto is how we use our user-generated content, how we use these reviews, because we've gone through how we collect them and what we should be collecting. But I think I said to you already, I certainly did before we hit record, one of my biggest bugbears is that retailers aren't squeezing every last bit of juice out of the UGC that they're capturing. So what are the most impactful ways for us to be using this that you see your clients doing?
I can go a bit abstract for starters. So reviews should be used as a risk reversal tactic. So let's say you talk about your product, you show those beautiful pictures that your head of marketing has taken, or whoever is taking those beautiful. You see the description, and that needs to be complemented by risk reversal. One of those risk reversals are trust badges. This is one of the things. But something that is the most important are reviews, so your social proof. And this is what social proof is for. It's to reverse the risk of purchasing for your potential client. So wherever you have people who don't know your brand browsing or looking at your products, at something that you want to sell, you show them the information of the product, how amazing it is from your perspective, and then you pepper it with the social proof. So examples are obviously your product pages, your email marketing. So if you're sending let's say you're introducing a product to your whole user base, and you have some reviews of it already, and you want more people to buy it, you can say whatever you want in your email marketing campaign, how awesome it is. But what will really skyrocket the effectiveness of that campaign is if you could show some other people, stories from people who actually have used it. So be it a video, a star rating, a snippet from a review. I'm trying to come up with an example. I don't know why I always go down to gardening stores, but let's say, you want to buy a fertilizer for your beautiful garden, and your shop has just introduced a new one, and you're sending out this campaign, and you're saying how amazing it is. But then if you show a quote from John, who used it to, grow his beautiful tulip garden, and with a photo of how beautiful they came out, and how the greens are green, how the colors are so strong, and then people are seeing that, hey, it's not only the shop saying that this product is great. We can see somebody who bought it and experienced it, and how great it was, and how great of an experience they had.
So we're saying, Tomasz, we literally need to use the review content everywhere. Everywhere we're saying it's time to buy or introducing someone to our brand. So right from the top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel, through our email marketing, through our ads, through our PR and everything, it's crucial.
So it's important to use the reviews, but also we need to remember about using the right kind of reviews in the right places. So if you're building a checkout page, you shouldn't probably be talking about the product itself. You should be talking about how good the delivery is, how good the customer service is, and that will have a big impact on reducing your abandoned cart rates. Because when people are checking out, their mind is, okay, I want to buy this product, but now, is it safe to buy from this shop? Is it going to be delivered on time? Will they damage my parcel? What if something goes wrong? Can I trust this shop? So putting things that are relevant to the context that the customer is in, that is important. Same with, on product page, you want to talk about product reviews. On your homepage, you want to talk about the experiences of your customers with your shop as a whole, because you don't know what the potential customer that lands on your homepage is going to want to buy. So we kind of give them a general overview of what people think about your store. So let's say you put a badge that says, okay, overall rating for this store is 4.8 stars out of 5,000 people that reviewed products in the store.
Yeah, I love that. You've got to pick the right bit to use in the right place. So if Jim from London wrote an amazing review of product X, do not use that everywhere. Use that in places that relate to product X, and then pick the right thing in the right places. That has been a phenomenal masterclass, Tomasz, in how to go about improving our UGC collection, usage, and I think everything else, to be honest. So we're going to pause now for a reminder of our sponsors, and then we're going to talk about the wider world of content marketing. Klaviyo have a new special recipe to help you build brand loyalty. It involves ownership of your data and creates your future growth. Whether you're growing a startup or optimizing your company, Klaviyo gives you the tools you need to own and access the quality data you've sourced from your customers, the customer first data. Then Klaviyo helps you manage that data to create the campaigns that build real brand loyalty. Doesn't that sound like a gift worth owning? Learn more at klaviyo.com/holidays. Okay, Tomasz, so far we've gone deep into user-generated content and reviews. Now you get to wow us with your insider knowledge about the whole of content marketing. So for the following questions, your answer can be anything to do with content marketing, which does, of course, include user-generated content. So, Tomasz, you ready for these?
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay, let's start with content marketing newbie advice. If we've inspired someone to take their first steps today, what do they need to know to give themselves the best chance of success?
Use reviews if you can. In e-commerce, they are so crucial. You should avoid having products that have no social proof. If you add some social proof, in the ideal scenario, your sales should go up by about 40% and your product returns should reduce by about 20%. So I can give you a few pointers of how, from our own company data, what's the effect depending on the amount of reviews that you have on the page. So 5 to 10 reviews on a page is okay. But it's not enough. So ideally, you want to get to the point where your customer is going to just think about the reviews, and it's not is not going to think about whether this is enough reviews to judge. So you have to have enough volume for people to trust the overall rating that your product has, and that the threshold for that is at around 30. So if you're at around 30 reviews, that's about enough to convince people that, hey, this is actually enough to make a judgment. And then interesting things happen when you go into hundreds. So once you go into hundreds of reviews, you not only get the benefit of social proof, but you also get the benefit of popularity. So not only you're saying, wow, this product is very good, and people think that, they've had an amazing experience, 4.8 stars out of 500 reviews, and now you're thinking, wow, actually this is popular, lots of people are buying this, so might be a good buy.
So what you're saying, Tomasz, is we need reviews, and once we've got a couple of reviews, we need more, and then we need more, and then we need more, and then
obviously,
need more.
Yes, more and more and more. But just to let you know, if you go into thousands, so there are diminishing returns. If you have thousands, you don't have to think about overly optimizing it. It's good already. Okay.
I like that. And of course, the more reviews we get, the higher the conversion rates go, the more the product sells, and the easier it is to get reviews. So I really like those stats. Thank you very much for sharing those. Gives us all some targets. Now, once you've started, of course, you've got to keep optimizing. So what's your favorite way to improve performance?
I kind of answered it in the first question, but there's one nugget of knowledge of information that we have from our data. You need to look at the quality of reviews. So you can have somebody from your team featuring the best reviews that you have, and it doesn't mean 5-star reviews. Look at the quality of text, look at the quality of images, try to feature the video reviews. If you have any video reviews about your products, you can even put them on a separate kind of section, so people can easily click and watch that. But then, it's also important to have the text, and so you can do it manually. Look, I don't want to be blatantly promoting the company, but we are truthfully the only ones in the industry that can do it on autopilot to kind of find those reviews that will convert best and that are the most helpful and most useful to your customers. So look, if you were to choose Opinew, you can do that all thing on autopilot.
I like that because it's often the case, I certainly find when I'm shopping, is you get to a page that's got the magical 100 reviews on it. And the first review you see is something where someone's just gone 5-star and all they've put is great product. It's like,
exactly. This doesn't
help. Why is that at the top? I'm now having to scroll through to find reviews that are of value. And that is just frustrating as a customer.
Okay, so I wasn't honest at first. There is one more company in the entire e-commerce who actually does that. And they're called Amazon. So if you go to shop on Amazon and you look through reviews, you will not find reviews like that at the top, because Amazon is picking the best reviews that they can potentially show to your customer. So we kind of made it available on for shops on Shopify, this kind of algorithm.
Nice. Okay, if someone listening wants to learn more, is there one cheap or free resource you would recommend?
Just go to Opinew blog. We have content about how to optimize reviews. There is a series of blogs, and this is my the topic that I particularly like, because we have a series of blogs on why negative reviews are important. I don't know. This has been as an owner of a review management platform. It's something that we hear from our customers very often. It's like, oh, can I just hide the negative reviews? No, I mean, you shouldn't. You should act on them. The negative reviews are there to showcase your customer support and your customer service. Everybody wants to read them and they want to see how you react. Anyway, so this and a lot of other topics on how to optimize your review content, review strategy are there, and it's all completely free.
Excellent. We will put a link to that in the show notes. And anyone who wants to go and Google it straight away, Opinew is spelled Opinew. Okay, Opinew. Finally, Tomasz, it is crystal ball time. What's coming up in the next 6 to 12 months that we should be getting ready for?
So the first thing, video skiing, we've spoken about this extensively already. But yes, I think that this will be the new norm, and you will have the full range of content that the user can generate. Where you in each review form for each of the review providers, you'll have text, you'll have photos, you'll have video, and there will be probably some improvements into video, how easy it is to post, maybe adding some options to edit the video post recording, to improve it even further, to help the customer present their story of their interaction with the product better. And look at how it started with social media. You had Snapchat with simple video content. You had Vine. Oh my gosh, who remembers Vine? Wow, those videos were awesome, but they were showing what's to come. And today we have TikTok, where we have all those hundreds of ways to build cool video content by the creator. and they're very easy to use. So that's in terms of the videos. I think that also, looking at how we get our societies vaccinated and slowly returning to life. So over the pandemic, Shopify grew massively. Lots of stores that used to be brick and mortar, they had to go online. But eventually, there's going to be this bounce back of in-person shopping around the world. And you will have shops who are already onboarded on Shopify and within their ecosystem. And what Shopify is pushing strongly in the past few years is their point of sale integration. So you have Shopify across the board, both online and offline. And I think that there's going to be some creative ways of how to collect and maybe display social proof while somebody is purchasing in your store. So be it displaying, requesting, stuff like that. I think that's those are some of the things that I predict will probably happen in the next year or two.
Yeah, I think clearly, I totally agree with you on both of them, Tomasz. I think clearly video is only going to become an even bigger power in the UGC space, and anything which makes it easier for customers to give that us is going to be awesome. And then, yes, I can't see all those bricks retailers who've got involved with clicks and seen the power of reviews now going back to having stores that have no format of reviews in them. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that kind of all comes together. Tomasz, that's been brilliant. We're very nearly at the end of the show. So could you let the listeners know a little bit more about Opinew and where they can find you and your business on the web, please? Sure.
So you can find us on the Shopify App Store. If you search for Opinew, you can also find us at opinew.com. And how I could describe it, what do we do? We, first of all, help you collect as many reviews as possible. We're talking email, SMS, printed leaflets. And getting reviews is also importing. So we will import them from all the channels that you sell to. And we will keep them in sync with Amazon, eBay, AliExpress also. We offer bulk imports, so you can literally move your entire Amazon store with a single click to Shopify or your social proof. And then after you collect your social proof, we help them display on a range of beautiful widgets that we spend a lot of time perfecting, and that are also very fast, so they don't slow you down. And then in the end, we help you optimize the display. So that is the smart reviews. That is the magical algorithm that kind of on autopilot just selects your best possible content, so you can be seen in the best possible light when somebody lands on your pages. So that's us,
So that's everyone. That's Opinew, Opinew. So Opinew. Tomasz, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. You have shared so much great insight. I think everyone has a very clear set of tasks to do in their UGC review space for 2022. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting. It was lovely chatting with you.
As I've already said once in this episode, what a masterclass on your review, gathering and usage strategy. Video is where it's at, and you should be using it across everything. So you've just learned what formats to collect in, how to incentivize reviews. So remember, he was saying that the incentive coupon between 5 and 15% off is going to double the number of reviews you get. You need to be aiming 5 to 10 reviews per product is okay. 10 to 30 is great. And when you hit the hundreds, you get that double whammy bonus of lots of people love this and the social proof piece. So it has that bigger impact, at which point, of course, you need to make sure you are putting the right reviews front and center on your product pages, as well as using reviews across all your other stuff. Oh, and the other big thing was get those SMS review gathering automation set up, because that's where the big uplift is coming from at the moment. That's the most powerful channel for getting reviews right now. Oh, how good was Tomasz? Awesome set of advice there. Well, look, you can get the links to everything we discussed, the full transcript of the episode, important notes and more at keepoptimizing.com. There you can also sign up to our email updates. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Keep Optimizing podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, then do check out the rest of our content marketing episodes. And probably go and have a look through our organic social and also the Facebook ad ones, where we've also been talking about the importance of user-generated content in your content for those channels, because those, I think, will really help you use what you've learned in this episode to its greatest effect. Please do also tell your fellow marketers about the show, because I want to help as many e-commerce marketers as possible to improve the performance of their e-commerce marketing. And UGC is so important. You've just had a masterclass on how to gather it and how to use it. So let's spread the word about this. Have a great week. Make sure you listen to the next episode so I can help you to keep optimizing your marketing.
Access everything Keep Optimizing at keepoptimizing.com. That's with an S, not a Z.